Almal wat hier kom luister het na my getuienis. It's my testimony today. The pastor said I'm going to speak in English as well. It felt easier to do it in English, so thank you to all family, friends, and everybody of the congregation that was here praying for me through my hard time that I was 44 days in hospital. Thank you very much, all of you. The 44 days in hospital was very dramatic for me. I'm trying to put all together that I heard from my wife and doctors. So I just want to read out of the Bible. Just want to get it out here. Psalm 91 verse 14 and 16, 13 to 16. Omdat hy my lief gehad het, sê God, daarom sal ek hom red. Ek sal hom beskerm, omdat hy my naam ken. Hy sal my naam aanroep en ek sal hom verhoor. In die nood sal hy by my wees, ek sal hom uitred en eer aan hom gee. Met lengte van dae sal ek hom versadig en ek sal hom met heil laat sien. Okay, net tot daar. Okay. Die 11de December 2018, I went to Arwyp Hospital and I struggled with heartburn that for 3 weeks I couldn't even sleep that time. And then I went to my doctor. He put me He sent me to Arwyp Hospital, so they booked me in on the 11th of December last year, and then by Prof. Matembe, that day in the rooms, he did the scope, and then according to him, he told me, he explained to me and my wife, there was a narrowing in my throat, in my inner throat, so he needed to fix it. Then he told me on the 14th of December, the operation will take place. And then I went to theater. After I came out of theater, my kids and wife was also there. And then I was in pain. And then the nurses asked me if I needed something for pain. I told them, yes, I need something because I'm feeling not myself. Then she told me I must first eat something before I can drink the pills. I said, no, that's fine. And it was a chicken salad, I could remember it. After I ate that chicken salad and it went down, I went in terrible pain. My wife pressed the emergency button that time. Then the nurses came running back and they put me on a heart machine to say, and then they took me to high care at that time. So on the 15th of December, the morning, my wife she said the doctor called her and then, told her she needed to come to hospital quick. There's a leak. And then, and he needed to do an emergency operation. So everybody was there again. She called everybody to come and see what is going on. And all right. Okay, my wife called my family, pastor and friends to pray to our great God to stand by us. Everyone waited for me until after the operation. Doctors told me everything went well that day. On the 16th, the afternoon, Pastor Quentin and Wilma came to visit us there in hospital, and we had a nice time there. That's why I can't remember all that. My wife told me all that things. I can't remember anything that I'm telling you now. That was just put together through my pastor and my wife and everybody that came to visit me, my family. She told me I'm looking good. At night, at 7 o'clock at visiting time, my wife, the sister on duty, Sister Cecilia, called my wife and said to her, I'm again in terrible pain. So the sister wasn't sure what happened that time. She said, yeah, it can be one of three things: a heart attack, blood clot, or scale on my lungs. And my wife and everybody was in a terrible state, didn't know what to do at that time. But we just had our hearts and prayed to Jesus our Lord. The 17th, that morning, my wife told me the phone was ringing. She saw it was R-Vape, on an R-Vape number. And she had a big trial. Yes. Ja, maar dis nie hier nie. All right, well, that morning, on the 17th, the 16th. Oh yeah, is it here? Okay, the 16th, that morning, the doctor, the afternoon, the doctor came to me and he told me they need to put an emergency pipe here in the top of my lungs. And then there was a doctor, he made a cut and he pushes his finger in here between my ribs and they put the pipe in. Yeah, it was life or death at that time. That's what happened that night. All right, on the 17th in the morning, my wife told me her phone was ringing and she saw it was an R-Vape number. The sister said, yeah, she must please answer her phone. And then the sister said, good morning, ma'am. Your husband wants to speak to you. Marty answered the phone and told her, my wena, I'm okay. Just want to tell you, I'm not in much pain. Don't worry, God is in control. All right, the morning, my drain pipe came out because the physio was there by me. Dr. Scholz, the lung doctor, he needed to reinsert the pipe, that one that the other doctor put in. He needed to reinsert the pipe. And told us the lung operation will be on the 18th of December, 11 o'clock that morning. What? On the 18th of December, we all waited until 2:45 in the afternoon to go for the lung operation. And 18:30, the lung operation was over. Then I went back to my rooms, and the doctor explained to my wife I'm very ill, that they're going to put me 4 days under sedation, and it's not going well with me. He told my wife I got a cut in my throat, the inside, and that is unable to fix it. They need to take me to Unitas Hospital. The Professor Hein van der Walt, he specialized in that, to fix that. Alright, the afternoon, on the 19th of December, my wife and kids came to visit me. Doctor called my wife and explained that I was very sick. And my blood count currently, that already came down, was 395 at that time. The doctor said I should be dead. He can't believe I'm still hanging on and I'm still here. And then he said we need to pray, it's out of his hands. My wife got an SMS that the doctor's saying he is critical. The next 72 hours will be crucial without the operation. From what I saw, he stood no chance. Keep him in your prayers. That was very emotional for my wife and kids to see me under sedation. Oh, okay. Wilma also told my wife. She's also here. Yeah. Well, Wilma told my wife the morning that she was praying for me She saw God taking my lung in his one hand, and with the other hand, he stroked over my lung. She said she wanted to look, but all was over. Just knew there and then, God is busy healing me, and I'm coming home. On the 22nd of December, they started waking me up. I can't explain how I felt. It felt like they took me apart and put all my pieces back together. And just wanted to know how I look and what happened to me. It was a very emotional. I was crying maybe 2 days. It was a very emotional state for me. My hands was tied to the bed. I couldn't move. I tried to show my wife what I want to know. Well, my first question that I tried to show her, because there was a pipe all the way down to my lung that gave me oxygen. I explained to my wife what happened to me, and my wife explained to me what happened to me. The second question I asked her, I just need a picture because I need to see how I looked. I tried when I was laying in bed. There was a glass in front of me, but I couldn't see because there was, I couldn't see how I looked like. Well, she took a picture and she showed me. On the 25th of December, Dr. Scholz and Dr. Matembe came to me to visit me and told me they can't believe I'm still alive. I should be dead. And my answer to them was, it was God, our healer, grace, that I'm still here. God will never forsake us. Was not my time. The doctor came also again, and he said the stent that I had here in my stomach, it moved again. So the 29th of December, I went to theater again. The doctor told us it's only going to take 30 minutes. But after 3.5 hours, I came out there. I couldn't eat after the lung operation. I've been fed by a tube through my nose. But you will see that later, all the pictures and all the stuff that I went through. So on the 4th of December, Dr. Matembe told us that stent moved again and went to fix it. And my brother told him, Johan told him, he won't do it again, he won't touch me again. And me also, I said, not again. He just wanted to get me into theater because I don't know what he did, but he wanted to fix it. So I said, no, Prof. Hein van der Walt, he will do it. He specialized in it. On the 7th of December, they moved me to Unitas. I waited a week for the doctor because he was still on holiday overseas that time. On the 9th of December, January, Dr. Gordon told me he need to take out the stent because it moved into my stomach. And that he's going to put the feeding tube, that they call it a PEG tube, in my stomach, and to wait for Prof. Hein so they can do the big operation, the one that they need to. There was a 9 centimeter. Well, the doctor, I went Wednesday to the doctor, and he checked me, the lung doctor, Dr. Scholz. So on Wednesday he told me that hole in my throat, or my inner throat, was 4 centimeter by 10 centimeters long. That hole in my throat. So it's only God's grace that I'm standing here, and it's His, all the praise that came to me through everybody that I'm standing here. Well, the 11th of December, the 11th of January, they removed the stent and they inserted the PEG tube, the feeding tube, here in my stomach. You'll see that also later. Prof. Hein, he visited me on the 15th, explained to me I need to go for a scope and to take blood test. He also told me it's a big operation because he needs to repair my lower throat that torn 4 centimeters by 10 centimeters to my stomach. and it's a 50% chance. We prayed and Pastor prayed to our healing Father that the hole in my throat could heal without the doctors operating on me. Dankie Pastor. The 16th of January, Prof. Hein came to me, to my rooms. I went to his rooms. I did the scope there, and I got good news that the hole of 10 centimeters by 4 centimeters may be closed. Just need to go back for blood test and x-rays, so then we will know for sure. Well, that morning, that was very great news. I got it on the 17th, that Jesus healed me. The cut in my throat that was 10 centimeters by 4 centimeters healed completely. So there was no need for the big operation. On the 18th, I went back to theater. They removed the stent. They pushed me back to my rooms where I could not breathe and took me to ICU. I had a recoil. I vomited in theater and all went into my lungs. I was 2 days in ICU. Well, after the 2 days, they pushed me back to my room. And I got stronger there, and on the 23rd of January I went home, and yeah, like I said, it was a long story, but Jesus healed me. I'm here today, thanks to everybody also that prayed for me. That's what I want to tell you. After 44 days in hospital, there is a living God, Almighty God, a way maker God. He's a God that can heal. God is a miracle worker. Because I'm standing here, I'm on one of God's miracles. I'm giving God, our Lord, all the praise and glory, because I would not stand here today to give my testimony. I just want to tell you, my one lung drowned completely, could not breathe. A normal person's blood count should be 5. Mine was over 400. It's no coincidence that my cut of 10 centimeters by 4 centimeters healed by God's grace. And all the prayers, amen. One thing I know, that Jesus our King healed me. That the devil tried to, in his power, to destroy and kill me. Me and Marty was baptized on the 2nd of December 2018. And we gave God our all. Satan thought on the 15th of December, he's going to take us under. No. 10,000 times no. Jesus pulled us through and can do this for you all. Thank you.